twice in my life, but I know enough to like,
Yeah.
Smartly tell people not to wait for me. Like if we're teeing up, whatever, I'll just pick up. Or, like,
I know a few things, and now with the cameras, especially like these ones, it's literally just for filming stand-up.
And also
these are the ones
in this
we
day and
bring
age,
out.
if you just say it enough and loud enough,
Yeah.
it sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the fake authority.
You just have to hope the person you're talking to doesn't know enough, and then
that's like, unfortunately, most times they know fuck all.
Yeah.
Like, most people like are so full of shit. That,
I know.
and they really get caught. Like it scares me that I can hold my own. That's why I'm like, I really shouldn't trust you, fucking.
Yeah, I know. There's always those things too. You like talk to a friend who's like tells you something. You're like, "Where'd you learn that?" And they're like, "My dad." And it's like, "Isn't your dad a notorious liar?" He's like, "Yeah, he didn't know very much. I think he made it up."
Oh yeah, people think I'm more intelligent than I am because I can just hold my own enough to like not. I'll smartly say where like, oh, my knowledge kind of ends there, but because I say like, oh, he must have known.
Yeah.
So, like if he didn't know, he would doth profess too much. Yeah, and also like I said, people are just fucking mostly retarded.
Yeah, I know. I like when you know someone's tell though. Like, I know some people where if they give you an actual detail, like a specific date or time or something like that, then you know they're lying.
Oh yeah, no, like
I'm like, you don't know anything.
A good
detail.
liar will give you enough detail but not overdo it. A bad one will either sort of be defensive or dismissive, or give too much detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
they add in.
And I learned that from women. Honestly, it's like, what were you doing? I was out with the boys. Where? Mind your fucking business. But if you start like, I was with Craig, it's like, I'm gonna text Craig. Like,
yeah.
Kind of.
It was 72 degrees outside. I was wearing a jacket. Then I took the jacket off and put it over my left shoulder.
Well, also, I just take their time and put it on them. It's like, what? You don't trust me? What's your problem?
Yeah.
What are your trust issues? Let's talk about your trauma.
I think that's
what'd your dad do?
I think that's called gaslighting.
Call it what you want.
That's not what I want. I think that's what it's called.
It's like influencing people.
Yeah.
How to make friends and influence people. It's not gaslighting. That term is overused, by the way. Most people use that term gaslight and don't even know what the fuck it means.
Right.
They don't even know it refers to a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think it's like, oh, that's a thing. I'm like, no, it's not.
The bus has to go over 50 miles an hour.
Speed.
Like speed?
Yeah.
What?
Just like trauma. Trauma's another one. Everyone's got trauma. It's like, no, you had a bad day.
Yeah.
Trauma is what people in Auschwitz went through World War II.
People just like
not getting the job you wanted. That's just an unfortunate occurrence.
Yeah. What if you continually not get the job you want though? Is that trauma?
Well, then you're just a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Work on yourself. Yeah. Or my other favorite. He's verbally abusive. No, abuse is a physical thing.
Yeah.
He was an asshole is what he was. He was mean to you. But abuse or violence, like it's a physical act.
And you can be verbally abusive, but we don't have to use the same exact words
what I'm saying.
and phrasing.
It's like, oh, he's verbally abusive or physically. But no, physically he's fucking way, way worse.
Yeah.
Verbally abusive, he's an asshole, or he speaks rudely. You can walk away, sticks and stones. I remember. I don't know if your parents taught you that.
Yeah.
So oddly,
I think so.
I think you're. I don't think you're. I think you're like older than me, which is ridiculous.
40.
Oh, okay. No, I'm still older than you.
Someone's older than me.
Well, you look 22. I'm over here fucking dying.
You're in better shape than I am. I just have.
Well, I have to do this because I don't have the baby face. If I was 3 inches tall and 6 foot tall, I wouldn't work out as much.
Yeah.
But because I'm an oaf. And my face has been always old.
It's been always old?
I'll show you photos of me as a baby, dude. I look like I was paying taxes when I was 6. I swear to God.
When did you start growing a beard? Were you like middle school?
No, that all happened late.
Okay.
So the size of my head is the same as it is now my entire life. Like I literally grew into my giant fucking head. People are like, are you losing your hair? No, I've always had this.
Yeah.
And the saggy eyes and the scowl on the face. Always. Always. So I had to grow into it.
What was your trauma, that did that to your face?
I just grew up in New York City. It wasn't trauma.
Yeah.
People tell me that my childhood is like, oh my God, that sounds so harsh. I'm like, I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Carrying the weight of all the immigrants coming through the port on your shoulders, Well,
carrying the weight of just growing up poor.
Yeah.
In any part of the world.
It does stick with you.
Yeah, some parts of it are great. The resilience factor, the fact that once I got to graduate high school, got to college, I was like, it's all cherry on top. Most of my friends didn't graduate, let alone fucking leave the neighborhood.
Where'd you go to college?
Went to Brown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which was fancy. Everyone in my neighborhood was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. And then once I went there and didn't come back until the first winter break, like, "Oh, why don't you come back? You get better than us." I'm like, "You fucking assholes told me. You encouraged me to get out of here, and then get mad when I leave."
Yeah, people don't like people bettering themselves if they don't.
That's
the whole tied down to the
problem.
neighborhood.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah,
because the way I think about it is
rat mentality.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you know this. Actually, comedians especially know this. I bet, just like me, most of your first opportunities came from other comedians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And last time I checked, there's no sort of finite inventory of laughter.
No.
Like that's our currency, right? That's how we get. If we make people laugh, we get paid. And every laugh you generate is not stealing a laugh from me. So what the fuck are we fighting? You know
also, sometimes I don't make people laugh, and I still get paid the same.
Exactly.
my
That's one thing. Poverty actually is a negative aspect of it. There's like a feeling of fraud, and like like you're gonna be revealed as like, what the fuck. Like, every time they hand me a check because I make people laugh, I'm like, oh, I fucking got over on them.
Yeah,
When are people gonna wake up and realize what a scam? I got hammered, did an hour worth of comedy.
I'm always like, you guys missed some zeros.
That's what sucks about working for myself. Not one day in the past 3 years have I got to show up hungover and just stick it to the man. It's like, fuck, that work's gonna be waiting for me.
You also don't answer to the man.
Yeah, you can show up hungover.
My taxes show up.
Well, that's actually the whole root of this. Everything's a trade-off in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I want to be rich. I'll be a lawyer. It's like, well, being a lawyer, you're going to be working rich. You know, if you start your own law firm, which is a huge risk, like any other entrepreneurial.
Yeah. You got to get billboards.
Yeah, but if you work for like a big law firm, they'll hand me $1 million a year, but for the rest of your life, you're answering to them.
Yeah,
and they can snatch that away from you at any time. Right? Same thing with comedy. Like most comedians will never make it, but if you do,
yeah, so cool.
And what do you consider making it?
I think living fully off of it is making it, and then from there it's just different levels
Music's
of making it. But I also like right now I'm mainly featuring. I'm just starting to get out onto headlining, so it's like featuring.
Same.
I'm making good money off of it, but it's because Craig Cona's doing so well, who I'm going out with. And so I have lots of work because of him. So I don't consider that quite making it yet. I feel like it's very close, but making it
that's the hardest part.
Living off of it, and it's you selling tickets. Like you are the headliner.
Exactly.
You have to be a headliner.
So I didn't start in LA. I started out in Boston. And making it, especially for me, because I had like a real day job before, but just what you said, the idea that I can afford a 1-bedroom apartment and not be in the hole in debt, and I could pay all my money just doing comedy, I was like, what a fucking treat.
Yeah.
And that number's not astronomical. Like it's more than an attainable number than you think.
Yeah.
But then I moved to LA and you meet comics who have fucking opportunities up the ass, and they're bitching and moaning, and I'm like, don't you remember when you were living in your car? You fucking jerk off. Like,
yeah.
Do you understand? Like,
everyone always wants to be doing better, and then
and we're all that. We are all that way. But reminding yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, if you lose your TV show, are you still doing enough road dates to pay your bills? Easily. Then what the fuck are you? Why are you not telling that joke that might lose your TV show? Why are you not?
Right.
Making building your own audience.
Oh yeah, the worry. Yeah.
And that's one thing I love about this business. I think it's truly one of the few businesses where if you can establish yourself, no one can take it away from you.
Yeah.
No matter what. If they're your fans and they show up whenever you show up, you don't need anybody.
I've seen countless number of comics who are like, oh yeah, I'll go to the bar, and just do a show here, wherever. You can go to a music venue. You can go wherever you want if you sell tickets. It changes everything.
But I think long term in that respect, like it's like, I can make $1 million this year being a lawyer, and then die of a heart attack at 38. It's like, well, if I'm making $100,000 a year as a comedian, and I can do that forever, no matter what the fuck I say or do, for the rest of my life, for 60 years, it's like I'll take that annuity over the $1 million lottery. I'll take $100,000 a year for 60 years over $1 million today, all day long. But people don't do that math. Like in your head, it's almost impossible as like a social animal to not compare yourself.
Yeah. Also, there's always the thing where like comics will be like, "Oh, if I wasn't doing this, I could be doing that," and like, what makes you think you'd be good at that? Or like,
most comics I know readily admit that they couldn't possibly do another thing.
Yeah, you'd get. I mean, they can.
You're hanging out with actual smart,
I feel
fucking capable comics.
I feel like the whole I can't do anything else is part of the like trying to be part of the comic or whatever. Like
that is partially true.
I'm saying so much, and I couldn't even do anything else. Like, no, you're lazy, and you're probably not good.
You
at
can learn to
this
valet
either.
cars real quick.
Yeah, you can do something.
And there's also
else.
a lot of comics out there that are like, oh, I'm struggling, but their parents are paying their rent.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. It's like, whoa. Like there's no safety net. As a poor kid, there is no safety net.
Most of the people who like tell you like, I can't do anything else, I don't know what to do, it's like they're not doing well at stand-up either. So it's like you could do just as bad at anything else, really.
Dude, the sad
You're not making a living. You could not make a living doing whatever. I could be a doctor.
I agree.
I've not made a living in professional baseball my whole life.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, there's probably
I've
a
not made
handful
a
of things
living
you
at
all
music.
can't do, and it's because there's like a height requirement.
Yeah.
Or you have to, have like a PhD. But even that you could do.
Yeah.
Like I could never play in the NBA because I'll never be tall enough. I could definitely have been a doctor if I, apply yourself. That's the thing is people psych themselves out on it, kind of thing.
You better at least be really good as a comic, because otherwise it's like, yeah, anyone can go on stage and talk and not do well. We watch it all the time.
Oh yeah, but that's one of the things I love about it. Comedy is a real meritocracy in the sense that that bombing, like,
comes for us all.
It really destroys most comics from ever getting to the heights of it, kind of thing. But also, even if we've seen this now, like there's a lot of TikTok famous people who have gone on the road and they'll eat their dick for 6 months. And never on the road again, and eventually that fame dies, and they won't. There is no sustainability to it.
Yeah, and we've seen the opposite too. We've seen people who are working comics get big off something else, much bigger than they're like ready to be, but then work their ass off and keep it going.
Yeah, or they have the guys, especially back in the '90s, who got that sitcom money, and and got too comfortable in the fame. They got the golden Hollywood handcuffs. And then it's like, oh, maybe I'll go do a stand-up special. And it either sucked or they just didn't do it ever again. Dude, I think they offered Eddie Murphy like $80 or $100 million for 2 specials.
Yeah. He almost did it.
Nah, he almost did it. He's like, it's too much work.
Yeah, wasn't that long
ago.
ago.
What I'm saying? Like, you really got to love it if you're doing this. Like, it really is the kind of thing. It's like...
I remember what it was
it's so painful bombing to get to like a special that it really sorts out the people who like it or not.
I think he's smart enough to know he can only ruin his legacy, and like,
how are you going to top those 2
why
specials?
do that? Yeah, like his specials are still listed more than almost anyone's specials as far as like what inspired people, what they grew up.
It's as close to come to a one-hit wonder in comedy. Like
I saw Delirious at 8 years old on a VHS that was being passed around.
The ice cream bit
changed everything.
Eddie Murphy raw with Foom with the bone with the plate in her lip. Like, Jesus Christ! I mean, he was devastating. But to like top that, it's like shit. He's really got to go to work.
Yeah.
And I feel like relative to comedy, acting is easy if they're doing the writing. Wait, I just got to,
much easier.
But I feel like it's a reason why a lot of comics will go into it, but they sort of hate it because there's no immediate reward, so they're just taking a paycheck, and 2, like, just like you were saying, I was telling you earlier, Mike, they have a boss. You have to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle will show up 3 hours late to his own fucking show because there's no fucking show without Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's like, I'm just leaving on my jet. I'll be there in a little bit.
It's as close as you could get to being truly free.
Yeah.
And even musicians don't have that because musicians, no one wants to hear your new shit. They want to hear your hits. Right?
Yeah.
Comedy's the opposite. It's like, fuck your old, I want to hear the new shit.
Yeah. Working in both, it's like there's so many parallels, and then there are so many things that are the exact opposite, like that.
Yeah,
and it is very strange. But I mean, with music, just having to either you're lugging your stuff around and setting everything up, or you have a ton of people who are
other people involved in your shit. Like, could you imagine having like a 4 other people deciding if your joke's funny or not?
Yeah, or even just having to check in with 5 other people on if you can do a date.
Yeah.
Like they want us
someone's
for this
wife said
weekend.
I can't
Can we
come.
all go?
I have a new baby. Blah blah. Fuck your kids. Like,
I toured. I played drums in like some punk hardcore bands, but we toured in a van and like.
So you've toured for music before?
Yeah, I've toured for music for that.
I'm the least skilled comedian. Other comedians I've done.
I worked as a road manager for Sublime with Rome for 12 years.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Dude, that's fucking legit.
2010 to 2022. I was on the road with them.
Both of you guys have more legit credits than I do. He's directed movies.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking nobody. And unfortunately, I bet I made more money just stealing from people on Wall Street.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Randy.
Honestly, probably made more than me.
We know.
Yeah. Yeah, it shows. It shows. That's another thing I love. I get to work with every day. I get to work with more talented people in this business than I did when I was on Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know, and again, also risk takers. People, who really don't give a shit.
How long were you on Wall Street?
Fuck, I still 12 years.
12 years. Wow.
12 years.
Wow.
I'm still 5 years behind in comedy.
What's like?
I started at 33, 34 when I started doing this.
What's the craziest thing that was like a common scam that people did on Wall Street?
Oh, I'll tell you right now. We over-leveraged companies on purpose and blew them up, knowingly.
Okay.
Knowingly. I remember being due to a leverage buyout when private equity or firms or hedge funds buy a company, they put in 10% of their money and then take 90% loans from the banks. Mm-hmm. But they pay these banks hundreds of millions of dollars in fees to provide the loan, and that gets paid out immediately.
Yeah.
So who the bank sells the loan to, they take the risk of ultimately.
Yeah.
And the banks make money twice. So we'll pay them like let's say we arrange a $10 billion loan. They'll make $100 million in fees and then sell that $10 billion loan to other investors and make another $100 million. And so they hold nothing. They hold nothing. They hold nothing. So that no wonder they're
true. The whole you need money to make money. Like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the first million's the hardest. Yeah. After that, it's you're skiing downhill.
That's what I always say.
But I'm
still trying. But it has been the hardest in my life.
I won't name the company on air because these people have lawyers.
Yeah.
Although I should.
Good ones,
I should, because if I do and it comes up, then it means my distribution is.
Yeah.
My wet dream.
I am not having suicidal thoughts, and.
No, but there was a big retailer back in 2007. Had 30 to 40,000 employees, and a big private equity firm on Wall Street was going to buy it. They were going to put like 5% down, and take out a gigantic, like $20 billion loan. The company was making like $700-800 million a year in profit. On $20 billion at 8% interest, they had like $400 million a year in interest. So the other $400 million had to pay for all the expenses for the company.
Yeah.
So we knew it was going to go bankrupt. And for every loan that the bank, what they call underwrites, they basically guarantee the loan for a short time, for 90 days, and they sell the loan off. But you have to go to what's called credit committee, where all the senior partners get together and you sort of present it to them, and they have to give their okay. And the head of the credit committee was this old guy. I won't say his last name. His first name was Dick, which, that's how old he was.
Dick old guy.
Well, think about it. What guy with the name Richard goes by Dick in this day and age, right? That's how old this fucking guy was. He looked at the ratios. He goes, Jesus Christ. Most retail companies, we leverage up 3 times. We're going 7 times on this. He goes, it'll be dead in 90 days. And my boss goes, yeah, but they're paying us $140 million in fees. And then he looks to his bond trader who's going to sell these loans and says, get it off the books in 30. So we knew we were going to tank this company. And sure enough, not even 120 days, like fucking 45 days later, the company was gone. 40,000 jobs gone. But, we made a cool $50 million.
But who cares? I don't know any of those 40,000 people.
Well, that's the thing. They look for that on Wall Street.
Yeah. Now Sears is gone.
Yeah. Toys R Us. That's what they did to Toys R Us, isn't it?
That was one of the... that deal went down when I was with the company. Yeah. And I was with Citigroup, and they did that deal. I wasn't on the deal, so I can talk about that. But yeah, that's the thing. It's all about incentives.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that I was, unlike the other... I was like 22 years old. They literally told me, Randy, get to this profitability number so we can finance this deal. A 22-year-old kid, I was out of college for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, build, use Excel and figure out how to get to this number so we can get through credit committee. They literally told me, like,
doesn't have to make sense, doesn't have to work in the real world.
You actually want me to, do math and, figure out, no. Back solve from this number and jerry rig your assumptions to get to it.
This is your number. Make other numbers equal that.
Oh Christ! Which is smart on their part. We asked him to do it. And, they just passed the buck. Like, if they get the pose, my boss is like, "Yeah, well, our analyst gave us the numbers, and I'm 20 years old. Why'd you do this? I don't know.
I was told to it. Why am I getting arrested?
Who told you? I don't know. Fucking the boss.
There's a patsy.
I heard from up on high. It's it's honestly like the mafia. The boss orders it and it trickles down.
It's a hit on another company.
But what made me different is that the guys who do it for life on Wall Street, they've trained themselves to believe their own bullshit, like a good sociopath.
Yeah.
Like when they lie, they don't know that they're lying.
Yeah, right.
Which fucked them up because I would, and this is one of the cool things about Wall Street. If you're good at what you do, kind of like show business. You can get away with murder. Like Charlie Sheen kept getting jobs no matter how bad of a junkie he was.
I know. Now we're watching a documentary on him. We're like, man, this guy's so cool. He fucking ruled. Why did we ever get mad at him for a minute?
I was a problem in investment banking, but I was good at what I did. So, but I would be like the only person to say, we're obviously robbing these people.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're creating jobs. I'm like, guys, let's not bullshit each other here. We know what we're doing. We're taking our piece as we fuck this company into the ground. But because I said it, they were like stunned.
Yeah. I didn't rob anyone. I signed some papers.
Honestly, that's when I decided. I was like, I got to get out of this sooner or later because these guys don't even
eating your soul.
They're not even honest about their thievery. The mafia knows they're robbing you. These cocksuckers think they're doing you a favor. Like it's like pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Oh, we're helping them sick. No, you're not. You're just putting them on a drug.
My drug dealers are
bad. Exactly. My drug dealers want me dead because he could go to jail if the cops investigate.
Yeah.
My doctor wouldn't give a fuck because he has insurance and he's not going any fucking where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drug dealers don't want to have to find new trustworthy drug addicts.
Honestly,
the pharmaceutical industry doesn't really care. Same with cigarettes, where they're like, that was the whole thing for a while. They're like, well, if we're killing people, then we're losing we're killing our customers. It's like, you don't care because they're all faceless and they're going to keep coming through. But a local drug dealer really does care if he loses.
Yes,
loses
that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's like, that's rent.
There is an
money
honor
I owe someone else who's scary.
There is an honor amongst thieves because it's face to face and local.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a faceless, nameless corporation, what the fuck do you care? Mm-hmm. But if your best customer dies and the cops come look at you, it's a fucking you have actual repercussions.
Yeah.
But like I said, I could die tomorrow taking fucking Lunesta. Nothing will happen. Dude, the Sackler,
what a way to go.
The Sackler family, the OxyContin folks,
they
stole about $8 billion.
I know.
Killed over 500,000 people in 10 years. Nothing has happened.
I know, trying to shield all their money. They're like, we'll pay you some, but you can't take all of our money.
They offered $4 billion, and the bankruptcy court threw it out because that's not enough.
Yeah.
When a court says what you did is not enough, it's outrageous.
It's also always crazy to me with all the companies like with the weed killer.
Oh, Monsanto.
And all the other ones were like, they pay out billions of dollars for wrongdoing, and then they get to keep being a company.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That always blows my mind.
So
like,
their actuaries,
that's so much
they
wrong.
They have actuaries on staff that do the math. They do just all automakers, same thing. They do the math and figure out, if we have a defaulty part in our car, like when the Ford, the Toyota 4Runner or the Ford whatever Explorer was rolling over. They did math and said, it'd be cheaper to pay settlements than do a recall. Mm-hmm. So let's just keep doing settlements.
Just like Jordan's Nike shoes, like we'll pay the fines, just keep wearing them.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah,
which that was pretty cool. That was but that's a fun side of we'll pay the fines.
Well, the BP, remember the BP oil spill in the Gulf?
Yeah,
they paid $70 billion, and it had zero liability after that. And my thought was, if a company, because companies are ruthless in this way, and not only it's not like a human thing, like their fiduciary duty is to the shareholder. So they have to not care about the customer. They have to care about most of the shareholder value. Like that's their job. If a company agrees to pay you a settlement, you didn't ask for enough. Flat out.
Yeah.
Like they should be forced to, because if they agree, that means that, it financially makes sense for us.
Right.
So you should keep twisting them.
And with all those settlements where you get the random thing in the email or in the mail or something, where you get like $18 maybe. What's the thing with those? Those are just the lawyers taking all of the money and getting it.
So essentially what happens is somebody starts a class action lawsuit, a group of people, and they hire a law firm, and they represent the class. So they need a certain percentage of the total user base.
They're hoping enough people sign up for it.
And if they do, then they can file a lawsuit and they get the settlement. But then they have to distribute it to their plaintiffs and anyone else who was affected by it. Mm-hmm. And that's why they make it so difficult to claim. Yeah. Because one, the less claimants that they have, the less the law firm has to spread around to their own clients who started the lawsuit. Mm-hmm. But then two, the less the plaintiff who lost the lawsuit has to pay out because no one went with their claim. Oh. Yeah. Just like insurance, you're legally obligated to buy insurance.
Yes.
But they have no legal obligation to pay you out.
No, I know.
That sounds like extortion to me. In Queens, where I'm from, that's how extortion works. We'll protect you, but give me the money. Oh, my place is on fire. I don't give a fuck. Pay me this week.
Yeah.
That's
how
extortion.
the fire department started.
That's the definition of extortion. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the NFL agreed to pay $700 million for the CTE lawsuit. And again, the court threw it out because that's not enough. And also, they made it so hard for any former player to claim that their injuries were from football.
The players have brain damage. They're not going to figure out the intricacies of the lawsuit.
Precisely, dude. And they're also, former players are broke because literally 30% of former athletes go bankrupt. That's precisely the way they did it. But honestly, if you're just up front and told NFL players, hey, you're going to get brain damage and might die playing this, I bet you 99% I'm still going to fucking play.
Yeah.
Because they're gladiators. Just fucking tell them. Like
those are people who couldn't do anything.
If you're just honest, honesty up front goes a long way. You know, in a weird way. Even in relationships, dude. Like if you tell a woman that you just started dating, she asks, "Are you seeing other people?" Yes. I guarantee you, she won't stop seeing you immediately. She's gonna try a little bit hard for a while, and eventually give up. You know, because honestly, most guys lie and say no.
Yeah.
But she'll be like, "Oh my god." At least he's honest.
Like, he get caught in the lie eventually.
He's a good guy. This is one of the, there's something different, something better about him. He's not lying to us.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's very simple these days to not be a piece of shit because it's
incredible.
The bar is very low.
Dude, and trust me, I try to lower it even further every day. And the fact that, even I come across, I'm like, wait a minute. That's how I know society's toast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
crumbling a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Not at our best.
The fact that I admit that I'm a piece of human trash.
Yeah.
You respect me for that? I'm like, that's why I don't date women who like me right away. It's like, there's something, fucking bad taste.
Yeah.
There's
what
wrong.
the hell?
There's something wrong about you. I just have to earn a little bit. Like, it's.
What's your trauma? What happened to you and your...
Yeah, what'd your dad do or not do?
It's part of it.
But you're married now, newly married?
Yeah, my wife's dad not around. He died.
Did she get any money, or she died? Or did he take off with a pack of cigarettes?
It was all sorts of stuff. But he owns some gentlemen's clubs in Australia.
Oh my God,
she's Australian.
Can you guys adopt me?
I visited one of them on tour with Sublime with Rome years before I ever met her.
Wait. So where in Australia is she from? Because I've been.
She's in Melbourne.
Oh, just one. I did not go. I went to Sydney and Perth.
Okay.
Dude, I would move tomorrow to Australia if I can get a work visa.
Oh yeah, it's
incredible. And you're married.
I'm gonna get dual citizenship.
Definitely do that.
Yeah,
definitely.
And comedy, that's like one
incredible.
of the best countries for comedy outside.
Dude, I spent a month. I did the Fringe World Festival out there. You know Rory Love? I did the Fringe World Festival with him out there. I was fucking blown away. Perth is like San Diego but affordable.
Perth's great.
Sydney is like New York, but with the hottest people on earth. I went to Bondi Beach. Dude, if I'm a 5 here, I was a fucking -8 there. I was like, put me in the shadows.
Yeah.
It was incredible. But they have none of the attitude. Like, these hot girls think like, what a treat, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, they're very...
It was mind-blowing.
Fun, nice country. Melbourne's great.
They curse more than
Melbourne.
me.
Yeah.
They go hard.
I never thought I would get called a cunt regularly as an adult. And I'm like, oh, this is part of my life forever now. I'm like hanging out with her and her family, and I'm like... I got called a card. It was a wedding card.
Yeah. He's a good. He's a good cunt.
This is fun. I like it.
He's a good cunt. He's like, I don't know why do you Americans think that's such a weird thing? And I'm like, well, women don't like it. He's like, since when do you guys listen to those? Yeah. But even like the women in the circle were laughing. Like they could take a joke.
Yeah.
There's none of that like sort of hang up.
The comedy's so fun out there,
dude. And they pay.
And they're they're intelligent.
$250 for doing 15 minutes at a bar. What, dude?
Yeah, it's good. You could go through and go to Melbourne.
I asked him, I was like, so if I want to be like a bartender, what would I make? Like, $26 an hour. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't tip. Everyone's it's a living wage.
Yeah.
You know, the only complaint I had about Australia was the speed limit. They drive like absolute pussies out there.
That's what you thought?
Well, the reason I thought that was they let me drive. Like, why are you driving like a maniac? And I'm like, because...
how was it because you're on the other side of the road? How was it for that?
I had done it before, so
Okay.
So, and the first time I done it was in Thailand, and I crashed the car. And thank God I was in Thailand, and I paid them in American dollars, so literally $12 got me out of the whole situation. But in Australia, wouldn't have. So I knew enough to know that.
Yeah.
But like their highways, like even their highways, the max speed limit's like 60 kilometers, like 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, and there's also not too much traffic.
You know, exactly. It's like, why are you Americans in such a rush? And I'm like, because, you got to go. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, they're so calm. I forget where it was. I was out with the band, and I went out with a bunch of people to go get lunch somewhere, and the same person who was seating us was taking our order, was like helping cook it, and like it was taking so long.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
like, oh my God, we have to get back to work. And no one else cared. Everyone else is just sitting around, relaxed. We're like, hey, we gotta,
Well, I
we gotta go.
They don't take time the way we take time.
But they-
Like, oh, I'm on my lunch hour, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll be back in an hour
Yeah.
and 20. It's like, no, dude, if I don't show up, like, I can get a demerit, lose my job. Like, what is that shit? Like, you can't just fire people. Like over there, you can't just fucking off people like that.
No, yeah,
they
they're
have
not.
rights and shit.
Yeah, they have.
I got a buddy out there who
I
had,
opened that for you already.
Oh, thanks. Who got 6 months paternity leave when his wife had a baby. And she got a year.
They, my wife was telling me about that. They have something, dang, I forgot the exact term for it, but there are like girls who are about to be up with their maternity leave, and it's like, oh, are you gonna get pregnant again so you can get more maternity leave? Because they get a lot, and they can just stay out. Because I had a joke where I make fun of women not getting maternity leave out here, and she's like, it doesn't make sense to us here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We get a lot.
it just creates a whole other industry. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, just like our tax code or all the laws. I mean, dude, the original, like literally like 100 years ago, the tax code was like 12 pages. Now it's 400,000.
Holy.
So, and you know who pays the most percentage of their earnings in taxes? Doctors, lawyers, dentists, the high earning, working wealthy. So if you make $500,000 a year as a dentist, you have your own little practice, you're paying 40 to 50% of your income, and you have to pay because you can't afford lawyers to dodge it. And if you're making $20,000, you pay zero. But if you're making $10 million a year, you can hire a lawyer to avoid taxes because you make enough to pay the lawyer.
Yeah.
So it's like a break point. Like if you make over like $5 million a year, you can like hire attorneys to hide your money. If you make less, they're gonna scalp your ass.
Yeah.
And if you make nothing, you pay nothing, but also you get the fucking shaft.
Yeah, it's that weird danger zone of trying to get into.
Yeah. No.
They're like, we don't really want you here in the wealthy.
That's I said I call them the working wealthy. That's who gets hosed. The people trying to get to the top 0.1%.
Right.
Top 1% pays a ton. 0.1% pays dick.
I know. I remember looking at it was. I mean, years ago already, because everyone's like 1%. It was during all the March on Wall Street, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And
honestly, that was the beginning of this whole populist movement.
everyone was mad at 1%, and I was like, what?
Occupy Wall Street. That's what it was.
Occupy Wall Street. Everyone was mad at the 1%. And I was like, what is actually the 1%? And then I looked it up, and at that time, it was like maybe 400,000 or 500,000 a year. I was like, that's the 1%. And it's like, oh, it's the 0.1% that everyone's actually mad at. That's the people.
But it's also
thinking
regional,
of.
right? The top 1% in New York probably make $2 million a year,
Right.
But they're still living paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Globally, you know what the top 1% is? If you make more than like $8,000 a year, you're in the top 1% globally.
I'm doing it.
But that, our poor here are like the envy of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, our poor here have cell phones and shoes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been overseas. You see how people live fucking poor over there.
When traveling, whenever society is collapsing and I'm there, I get to eat so well.
Dude,
it's the best.
That's so funny. I purposely visit countries on the red alert list.
Yeah.
After a bombing or a terrorist attack, because one, you won't find a fucking American in sight, which is part of the reason I'm traveling. But two, it is such a steal.
Yeah.
But just like 9/11, they're not going to fly the planes into a building again. They're going to have another scam. They're not going to hit the same place twice. So I'll go to Colombia right after the Civil War. I'll go to Thailand after a bad terrorist bombing. I went to Beirut during the Syrian Civil War. Why?
Whoa.
I mean, I stayed in Beirut.
Yeah.
It's like any other city. Like, don't go south of this area because Hezbollah is there.
Right.
If you go to Chicago, no one visits the south side of Chicago on a tourist trip.
Well,
you don't go to the fucking Crown Heights if you're visiting New York. You go to the Empire State.
Now that you've traveled like that and been in like actual dangerous places, is it ever weird when you go somewhere in the U.S. and someone tells you, like, oh, be careful, that's a bad neighborhood or whatever?
Well, I laugh in their face.
Like,
I laugh in their face.
Oh, yeah.
Because to this day, the most dangerous place I've ever been, and I felt most unsafe, was in the own borough I grew up in Queens, but it was in a different neighborhood. I went to Far Rockaway, Queens, and that's on the beach, which is like you think beachfront property is expensive. Nope, there's housing projects out there, but it ends in a peninsula. So when you drive in, it's one way in, one way out, and they know every car in the neighborhood gangsters. And this is in I was probably 17 or 18, so it's probably early 2000s. So it's after the mafia.
Yeah.
Back in the mafia days, crime was allowed where they said.
Cars. I like thinking of the autistic person who works for the mafia.
Oh yeah, well,
that red car wasn't.
They had rules. That's what I love about organized crime. They had rules.
Yeah.
No one died. People just disappeared.
Yeah.
There was no drive-by shooting. Just someone.
We never killed anyone. People just stop existing.
Yeah, no. Well, they were smart. That's what organized crime is like. Well, if you kill an innocent person, the cops are gonna come cracking down. You kill another gangster, nobody cares. So if you killed an innocent person, that's a problem. They completely don't want that. But gangs, these 16-year-olds, 15-years-olds with guns, they desperate, they shoot anything in sight. But I went down there, one way in, one way out, and they knew everyone who lived in the neighborhood, every car. I was just driving in to pick up my buddy's girlfriend, and fucking people emptied out on the street, like, who the fuck is that? And we had eyes on us the whole time.
Wow.
Which was weird because I'm from New York. I've walked through other dangerous neighborhoods and didn't give a shit. Like, I get it. But what fucked me up was like the fact that there was, I was walking into like a funnel and there was only one way back. I was like, dude, we gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't want them to set up on us. Like, there was no other way out.
Yeah.
And I knew right away, like
the ocean.
Dude, the fucking 11-year-old pointed his finger at us and goes, an 11-year-old.
Yeah. You're like, peace. Change at your fingers.
In Queens, which is crazy. I feel like they thought we were cops.
Yeah.
We were young.
Maybe. You have a bit of a cop face.
When I was 17, I probably still had a cop face.
Said you had the same face.
Yeah, the same haircut. Built the same way. But
dead in the eyes.
No, but I think the problem was, I figured out what it was? We were driving a Chevy Cavalier, which is like an undercover cop car.
Is that really? Okay. That's fair then.
One of those like Crown Vic kind of, it was like no wonder.
Yeah.
But he was borrowing his mom's car.
Yeah. You guys are driving one of the old cop cars that someone got.
Well, that's how I know they were bad.
Why are they looking at
That's how I know they were bad criminals. They didn't look out for the antenna. Like, you could tell,
Yeah, it's two giant antennas, and then it's the headlights.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have like the flash.
Yeah.
I hated anyone who bought a car from one of the used auctions. That was like, oh, you bought an ex-police car and now drive it with regular tags on it.
That is fucking ridiculous.
I hate you.
Always criminals.
Yeah.
It's always people.
Well, just poor people.
I don't even mean
cars with bullet holes.
I don't even mean massive, but they're always
criminals.
someone who's
criminals.
Doing something sort of illegal, be it just small drugs or whatever.
Daily crimes. I didn't know were crimes until my mid 30s. Like all the cable I had as a kid, we stole.
Yeah. Not a big deal.
My dad would open up the fire hydrant, technically a major crime. I committed fucking identity theft on the internet in the early, before the crime bill.
What?
Oh, I've talked about it before on the podcast.
I'm on a little highway, and one of those stupid undercovers spins a U-turn behind me, and I'm with my friends, and while I see him making the U-turn in my mirror, I just blunt right out the sunroof. It's like, we're cool. He gets up alongside of us at the fucking light, and it's some asshole looking at a map who's lost. It's like, oh, you son of a bitch, pulling a U-turn that hard right behind me in a fake cop car.
Yeah.
I hate you. You just ruined our entire blunt.
Dude,
he goes over and picks up the blunt. He's like, my blunt now. That's how he gets
what's funny about that is my grandfather kept driving Lincoln Town cars late into his life. He died like 5 years ago. He kept, but he was a mechanic for his profession. He's like, I don't want to buy a new car because I don't know how to fix it. These cars are still like mechanical. Computers. And then literally like the last 5 years of his life, everyone on the highway would get the fuck out of his way. He's like, I don't understand why people move around. I'm like, Pop, you're driving a fucking former cop car. He had no idea. He just kept buying the car he'd always bought.
He's like, they respect their elders around here. I like this place. Like, sort of.
But that's the thing. Like, in Beirut, I was, as an American, they knew right away I was an American by my name.
Yeah.
And they have American, that's actually made me feel safe. Where I was staying in downtown Beirut was close to the American embassy and their parliament. And what made me feel safe is I saw their soldiers and they were holding American weapons. It's like, all right. I'm in the Western.
Most countries don't want to let Americans die.
Yeah.
It doesn't work good, especially if they have to rely at all on
any of our subsidies or anything like that. But I took a walk down to their National History Museum, which is fucking incredible, dude. Literally, like the earliest remnants of human Mesopotamia, like that was cradle of civilization, like of society, and any sort of. Like right after we became hunter gatherers, we started to band together as farmers. They have like the first things in. It was insane. But I walked there, which the people I knew were like, "Are you fucking crazy?" I'm like, "Oh, it's only about a mile." Like, yeah, but you got to walk south, and walking south is Heswell is that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll go during the day. It's fine. The fact that I was walking through there, people obviously stopped and noticed me, but no one did anything. And when I came back, I was telling them, I was like, yeah, no, nothing happened. Like, yeah, they probably thought you were fucking Donald Trump's son or CIA agent walking around.
Yeah.
Like either you're fucking crazy or you're someone important.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were walking with nobody, they thought you were fucking, something was up. Like you were, like they were afraid of you because
that's important.
Yeah,
I
was like, oh, thank God their ignorance saved my life.
Yeah.
'Cause I had nothing. They could have easily, killed me, kidnapped me. They wouldn't have got shit.
That's just look like you know what you're doing or whatever. People will leave you alone most of the time.
It is crazy how easy it is to fake people out on that.
Yeah.
Have you ever pulled that off? Like convince someone of something that you knew nothing about?
Probably. Probably plenty.
Do you have?
I don't have a specific.
Yeah, well, I feel like you have like a nobility about you that you wouldn't do that even to save your own ass.
Right. I don't try and trick. My brain doesn't immediately go to like, hey, trick this person. So sometimes I'm a little like too honest or almost stupid gullible in the honesty.
Yeah, but even that works if you just tell them that. Like,
yeah.
Like it's weird. Like people expect you to do one thing, and if you give them the other. Like if they think you're dumb and you show any knowledge of the subject, they're like, oh, be best. Or if you like readily admit, oh yeah, I don't know. Like they almost take pity on you kind of thing. But you've never knowingly done it.
I don't think so. Maybe on tour to get through something.
Oh my God!
But
I've avoided more fights than I've had.
Yeah. What'd you have to do? What'd you lie about or like?
Well, the first thing is just work out.
Working out's how's that lying? You're just making it look like you can fight and you can't.
How do you think most black people get out of fights? With white people, I should say.
I was like, do they get out of fights?
With white folks. Who had a joke? I think was it Chris Tucker or Martin Lawrence? One of the. It's in the 90s. Maybe it was Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
I crazy, and there's one white guy said, "Let's go."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh shit." He like I forget who it was.
Might be Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to avoid a fight. Oh
my God. People think
I'm not gonna not fight, but I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna try and start the fight.
I've never started.
I'm not gonna finish it.
I've never started a fight. And I can.
I'll be there.
But there's nothing to be gained by it. Honestly.
No.
Honestly, and I learned this in college. Like we had like a little rumble in a bar, just smacking each other around for a little bit. And I remember we went back to the house. We were like, oh yeah, we really got them. And I was like, wait a minute, I was talking to this girl I've been trying to hook up with for a minute.
Yeah.
She left. I was like, guys, we literally fought our way out of pussy. This is the dumbest fucking thing. Like the only men who get laid after a fight are professional fighters. Like there's no point in it.
Yeah, girls like, come bleed on me.
Also, I'm sure you've been smacked before. It really
I've been punched.
It really sucks.
One of the last times I remember being
punched. It sucks.
punched.
No matter who you are, even if you're a professional fighter, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. I was coming out of a bar with a bunch of friends for someone's birthday. Some random dude from the bar tried grabbing one of the girl's hands and like walking away with her. And I was just like, this is where the like naive, almost gullible, like, I didn't go in there with any thought in my mind that this person might try and fight me, but I just went over and I was like, oh, hey, sorry, man, she's with us. And I like did that and I just pulled her hand out of his grasp.
And he tried to show who he was.
He turned around and punched me in the head and I just went, what the hell? And then by that time, all of my friends were there, and like
I bet the girl
they were ready.
I bet the girl was on your side though.
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, she was fucked up. I mean, we were all coming out.
Yeah, women don't like.
It was like 2 a.m. We're all drunk and yeah.
But that's probably the craziest way I've gotten out of a fight. Same thing sort of happened, but it wasn't me. It was a buddy of mine who was trying to mack on a girl who wasn't his. Mm-hmm. And he started arguing with the guy. I walked over and open hand slapped my buddy in the face. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, it's not for you to. He's with us.
Yeah.
I take care of our own problems. We handle it in house. The guy shook my hand.
Yeah.
I saved my buddy from getting fucking demolished by some wrestler.
That's your parents coming into school and be like, you don't gotta teach him any lesson. We'll teach him a lesson at home. Leave him alone.
Exactly. I went harder than the guy. Was like, hey man, what are you doing? I was like, oh, he's just fucking disrespectful. We don't like our people doing this. I got him. And my brother's like, what the fuck?
Oh, cool. I don't have to fight him now, I guess.
That's what his name's Tyler. I said, Tyler, I saved you from an ass whipping because you're beyond drunk. It's like, but also, you get to call that girl and apologize, and then you can mac on her when her boyfriend is. Yeah. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, you bang the chick.
I'm shocked that worked out.
Well, it works smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But also, there's something.
He's talking to her. He's got a handprint on his face. Like, so it's been brought to my attention.
I told
my
him
actions.
I said, if it helps you with her, trash me. Trash me to her. That guy really scared me. Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. She don't even know my name. Say my name's Jason. I'll meet her in 3 weeks when she's hammered. She won't fucking remember shit. But people aren't ready for that kind of shit.
No.
When you hit them with a little slap of reality.
Yeah.
But married. So how long you been seeing the gal?
We didn't been together for six years in February.
Okay.
This coming
And
February.
have you guys been living together beforehand?
It's been back and forth because she's Australian, so we've been.
So you met her on the Sublime tour?
No, I met her in LA.
I'm so jealous. Australian girls are the fucking tits.
Years ago now. So, and then it's just been like she'd come and live with me for months at a time and that sort of thing.
All right,
and then, but
Eric,
it's been a crazy long distance relationship, which I was like, don't do long distance, and then a bunch of things fell in where it was like it worked.
I disagree. I think long distance is actually a great option, particularly for anyone who has a job that travels a lot.
Yeah.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I feel like part of the reason why marriages don't work out is because they know they both can't leave without major penalties. If you could just, I heard like I don't know if it's true, but I heard in Portugal you have to renew your marriage license every 10 years.
Makes sense.
And if you don't, then you just walk away.
Yeah.
You don't get anything. Fucking people straighten. It's like being in a contract.
Like
Do I really want to be with her or him? Or we'll fucking split. But two, it manages expectations. We work at night. You're on the road. Most people work a straight job. It's like, hey, let's go out Friday night. No, I'm working in Phoenix.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing Tuesday at noon? I'm fucking at work. So it sets the expectation. You don't let them down. But when you do make plans to see each other, you fucking really make a meal of it.
Yeah, it's good. It is still hard because one of the things you run into is then when you are spending time together, it is a long period of time, but you can't just be on vacation for months at a time. I'm like, I want to spend as much time with you to make up for not spending time.
You have to actively plan. You have to actively plan the thing.
Still keep going.
Yeah, you have to actively. She does. You have to actively plan the thing. But I think that effort makes you appreciate each other more.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you did the time where you said you didn't live together, but you've cohabitated over those 6 years for an extended period of time, so you know who you're getting.
Yes.
If you haven't like lived in one bedroom with someone, we
lived in my.
You don't really know them. You're I cannot express how important that is because
Absolutely.
No matter how much your personalities are compatible, if she doesn't like the way you breathe, or you don't like what she does with her eyelashes on the soap
I know
dish,
where all of her eyelashes
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, her farts are really fucking gross. You're like,
it's like
basically, your partner has to find your worst traits. They don't have to accept them; they just have to find them funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, there's Eric being Eric, or whatever your wife. There's so and so being so and so. He's on one again. It's like, they have to come to terms with that. Like this is what it's gonna be when I lose my cool. This is how it's gonna be.
She's great with it and knows. I mean, anytime there's any sort of little argument or anything, we make up pretty quick, and we're both like.
That's huge.
Willing to acknowledge, I think, what we did wrong in it, or what is.
Dude, it took
what trauma's causing us to make that
39 years to figure out that just like all right, listen, I was on one, I was reacting.
Yeah,
I give them the benefit of goodwill. I try to think of I try to give them the most generous interpretation of what they wanted. Maybe something happened. I forgot. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. But also it's like I can only control me.
Yeah.
But I stand firm what I'm about. But
she's like the nicest, sweetest person, and very caring. And anyone who's met her and been around her will say the same. And she doesn't drink, and I drink quite a bit, so we've got that too. But she's very good with me with that, and like I'm also very good at being like, I am sorry, I am drunk right now. Please stop talking to me about this.
This is my red line.
That sort of stuff too.
I'm at this. This is where I am now. Take it or leave it kind of thing.
I know if she's upset, I was probably wrong and messed something up, and I will apologize about it as soon as I can in the right mind or whatever.
But that's how she's vindictive.
But she's all no, and she's also like a caretaker. Like she is so good and sweet with me when I'm fucked up and in a like bad headspace, and she knows how to help.
All the girls I've dated have that same sort of gene. They want to help almost to a point where like it bothers me. It's like, no, like
I have to tell her stuff.
I hate they go out of their way for me. Like nothing makes me more uncomfortable than someone else's generosity toward me.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I know how to keep doing this.
No, I want to help. Don't.
Stop.
Don't.
Yeah.
Like why? Is it because I feel guilty when you do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you don't understand. Like that level of generosity makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're like
I know how to be one person. That's all I have to take care of is one person. I know how to do that much.
Yeah. Like if it's just me, I can't fuck it up for anybody else, kind of thing. You're like if someone cares about you, it's almost like you have to then be behold. Like you feel like you owe them something. Like I gotta. It's like if
you gotta live up to their expectation of what you should be doing and where you're at.
Even worse, you gotta live up to your expectation of what you think they deserve.
Yeah,
and you get annoyed that you can't, so you get angry that they try to help. Like, don't help me, because then you're right, and I owe you, and I should suffer. You know, the point of this is my suffering. Stop.
I know.
Kind of thing. You know?
That is the hardest point for me because she'll constantly be like, stop being so hard on yourself. You're doing this well, or this or that. And I'm like,
there's nothing I've argued about more in my relationship than that.
I'm like, I can do better. I know I can. And so that's where you gotta let me hate myself for a little bit, and I'll figure it out.
I was dating a girl, and the set was fine, but I didn't hit the new tags I wanted to hit. And I wasn't pissed about it, but I was like,
yeah,
like,
it's devastating in the moment.
That was great. And I pulled the car over, and I undressed her about it. I said, "Don't ever fucking tell me how a set went. I'm just telling you, everyone. That's not the point. That's not, which is the exact fucking point of comedy. There's the people that's
kind of the point.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
I didn't do what I wanted to do.
Right,
like, Randy. That's not. I'm like, don't bring up facts.
Yeah.
Let me be angry. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. She's like, I don't know who you're arguing with. I'm like, myself. Get out.
Yeah.
You're like,
the other person in my brain.
The mean asshole that I am in my own head.
Like, you're not going to solve this with any sort of answers or facts or anything else.
Let me fucking wallow in my own misery because I didn't hit the two tags that I wanted.
There is no proper answer or de-escalation in it. Like, just let my brain run itself tired.
No, but the funny thing is, at that point I told her, I was like, just so you know, I'm married to comedy. You're my mistress. And that's not mine. That's like Bobby Kelly's.
Yeah.
And she goes, what? I'm like, this is the thing, that it's the first thing I've ever done that me or any other comedian will never figure out. Like, there's no end to it. You can only get better, right? It's immediately rewarding. Mm-hmm. It's challenging. And if you can make it, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Like that, that sort of... I mean, even if I never become a professional, there's no way I'm going to stop. Like it's like a drug. I can't. It's the only thing. Where I feel normal. On stage is the only place where I don't worry about anything else but what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's almost meditative in that way.
Yeah, right. It's where you can.
Where I'm fully present
always. Yeah.
So don't ever fucking.
That is the nice thing with it.
It's like if you get that, you'll get me.
Yeah.
And Sylvia the girl, she's like, oh yeah, like she knows like. She'll tell me, go out and do a fucking set. You're being, you're milling around too much. Go fucking do something. Get out there and okay.
Yeah.
But also I love that because I want women like that. Same thing. Like I don't want a woman whose whole life revolves around me.
Yeah.
One, because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. And I think it should revolve around me.
God forbid.
I got a big ego,
but two, how the fuck are we gonna stay interested in each other if you don't have something that you're into that I'm not into? Like. Get into that. Mm-hmm. When you come, how'd that go? I don't know anything about that.
Right.
Kind of thing. Like,
gives you more time.
If you have nothing else to talk about, it's fucking dead, dude.
Yeah.
Dead. But now, are you guys living together?
So we're going through the immigration process right now.
Wow, you should have done that a year ago when it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
You're going to check your social media and her social media. You better delete those Trump jokes.
Yeah, mine, I'm fucked.
No, she's fucked.
Seen mine.
You better delete
your... Well, yeah. I'm just going to end up in Australia, probably.
Dude, there are worse things. Dude.
Yeah.
By the way, they have a worse immigration policy in this country.
Yeah. But I think it was
which is hilarious. They're all prisoners. That's how that place started.
How it started. They're not all prisoners now.
Well, their pilgrims were prisoners.
Yeah.
Which which I don't know if it's any different than us. I mean, honestly,
they're much more conscious of their aboriginals than we are out here, where they have like laws and other things in place. They're still
because
not
they
good
came to terms with it.
Yeah, they're still not good to them, but they at least like kind of a bit more like, hey, we just don't do this or that because it's kind of fucked up. And out here we're like, yeah, whatever. we still have people getting mad at them. You don't want the sports team called the Indians? Like, shit like that.
Well, the Indians want the team called the Indians.
Yeah.
Because it sort of gives them more acknowledgement.
Yeah, those are ones that's like,
but
who cares? So like, just stop.
Well, we really fucked the native population. One, when we gave them measles blankets, which I think might have been.
We thought they were cold.
It might have been the biggest bomb ever dropped on a population. I mean, we've dropped nuclear weapons on countries. Giving them smallpox, there's like literally 1% left.
Yeah,
it's pretty brutal. And then if they didn't die, we got them drunk, which they couldn't handle.
Mm-hmm.
But then the remaining aspect of them, we gave them casino rights. So then they started carteling each other. So you know, there's like an internal war on these reservations amongst Native American.
I know a little bit, but not a lot on it. But it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So we gave them all the things that America does. We killed as many as we could, and then the remaining part we got addicted to drugs and money. That's what America's really great.
I know.
That's how we really win.
Yeah.
Look at China. That's our enemy. Yeah, but they also have a capitalist system. So if we go down, they go down.
Yeah. Once we started bringing all the gambling into just like everyday life for all Americans, I was like, oh, that's not good sign.
Dude,
this you kept away for so long, and then now you're like, whatever.
What's crazy about it is that it's actually more troublesome now that governments have, like 38 of the 50 states have gotten involved. Mm. The odds are lower, and you pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
When the mafia
much better.
I've
always said, let the mafia run things.
No,
I'm all for it.
I always go back to that, not because, partially because I'm interested in it, because I just think it's fascinating that there was a subculture that essentially controlled the fucking every labor union in the country for 50, 100 years. But what fascinates me is how over the last 30 years, what really killed the mafia is not the prosecutions, because they have 1,000 men on the street. And there's always a rotation of them. There's always, for every criminal you put in jail, there's two more on the street. What fucked them up is that the American government took over all of their rackets. The mafia started because booze was illegal, right? And then they made it legal and started taxing it. Drugs were legal, then they became legal and started taxing it, right? Including fucking Oxycontin and fentanyl, are way stronger than heroin, right? Adderall. Every child that's from age 5 is fucking on Adderall these days. Coke dealers are out of fucking business because of Adderall. The lottery was illegal until like 1984. Yeah. Then they made that legal. Now gambling, usury, loan sharking, banks are worse than banks are worse than the mafia.
Government doesn't even know how to come up with the good scams. They have to just steal the scams.
Yeah, I know exactly. Meyer Lansky, the mafia's accountant, famously said, "The only difference between the mafia and the government is the mafia makes profit."
That's good. Government's shut down right now. It can't stay open. Failed company.
How does that even work?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Right?
I've been making jokes about it, and then it did finally affect the government shutdown. Did affect me flying home on Sunday.
Oh, that's what happened, right? You tell me.
Oh, dang it! I was like, I got this, because I was kind of like, I know it's about to affect a bunch of people who get paid from them and other benefits and other shit that it shouldn't.
Yeah, but when those people don't get paid and they stop showing up, then nothing works.
But I was like, it's been shut down a few weeks. I was like, have you guys even noticed? like I feel like I did notice more when Blockbuster shut down. That affected my life.
You know what fucked up? The last shutdown that Trump did during 2017.
Yeah.
I went out to Death Valley to go camp and eat mushrooms. It was fucking closed. I'm like, what? It's nature. How's it closed?
Where do I do these drugs? So I did them already.
No. So we went anyway. It's like, if we get a ticket, we get a ticket. But no one was out there to get a ticket.
No one's going to give you a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah. The government, what a fucking... these are children. I don't know your politics, but it seems like these people are fucking...
They're
not even good at stealing.
No. None of them are that great at lying. They were so separated from everyone for a long time, where it was very easy to, and as technology and all of the other stuff has caught up, they are old, and old people aren't good with technology and understanding how any of that stuff works.
That's how you get Zoran Mamdani and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You're like, hey, we need young people who know how to do things. Presidents used to be in their 40s. Like, people who are very close to dying don't have a care of what happens to the world.
FDR had to pretend he could still walk because he didn't want to appear weak, even though he was in a wheelchair. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, there was also an honor about being president. Like, everyone knew.
Yeah, and look at that.
JFK was fucking every woman under the sun. No one reported it because it's personal business. You know, like, there was like, that doesn't affect the country.
It was separate. Yeah.
You know, like, that's not the point. You know?
No, it's become wrestling.
Yeah, it really has. It's like a bad reality show. That's why I feel like you should have to draft leaders of states, country. Like, the president, if you want to run for president, you should be barred from running. Because what kind of narcissist sociopath?
Psychopath. I know.
Who wants that job for $400,000 a year? Well, honestly.
I was making a joke about it before the last election of like, because AI was getting so big, I was like, maybe we should just let AI pick the president and just see what happens. And not even give it like the candidates, give it everyone, sure, over 35. Everyone who
just give them their data files.
Here's the data files on all the people. Who do you think's going to do the best job at it? And let it choose. It can't go worse. Yeah. Like, just let's see what it does.
I think we should do it like the BCS. Like, remember the BCS system in the NCAA for football, where the computer would pick like the top 2 teams.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it should sift through it, and then the people vote on who they want. Mm-hmm. Even if that person's like a draft. Like, sorry, Warren Buffett, it's your turn. You have to serve. Like fuck.
You've been called.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You know, the nation has drafted you to be president.
Yeah,
because then you'll act fucking right. Mm-hmm. You know? Also, what they pay the president. You know, it's $400,000 because when they set it, it was set at 2% of America's GDP. But the numbers never changed.
It's just like comics. We don't get paid more for featuring or anything.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's no inflation for it. I'm like, if the president got 2% of GDP now, he'd get like $4.5 billion a year. Mm-hmm. That guy wouldn't take bribes. He's getting $4.5 billion. Yeah. And if he took a bribe, he'd lose the $4.5 billion. It's like Trump wouldn't be so corrupt if you gave him $10 billion a year. Yeah. And it's a drop in the bucket compared to what he's fucking doing. Like, make him act right. But of course, we don't want to do that.
No.
Because human beings don't know how to not kill themselves.
Yeah.
That's how we maintain population. Drop bombs on each other, fucking bio warfare. I mean, we'll be so lucky to live long enough to see a fucking asteroid and the
there's one coming soon, isn't there? Might be life on it.
I wonder if that would even galvanize people, like
I don't know.
Each other. You're old enough to remember 9/11. The day after 9/12, fucking America was so American. I mean,
everyone was at each other's throats when I remember it.
Where are you from?
I was living in Phoenix at that time.
But where are you from originally?
Agora Hills, just outside of LA.
Wow, you're from out here.
Yeah.
I've been up. I had a job up in Agora Hills. I've been up that way. We'll talk about it after the show. I don't want to. I'm suing them for money. Not suing, but they owe me money.
I gotta take a piss. Can I do that real quick?
Yeah, you can. Then we'll get into the news. Do you guys know if you they intentionally walked Shohei?
Yeah.
But he didn't take any pitcher at bats. Do they give the pitcher four balls if they intentionally walk him, even though he didn't swing, or do they just put him on base? That's like a new rule now because the time thing.
They just put him on base. He doesn't have to throw balls.
I know, but do they assign 4 balls to the pitcher for in his stats?
I would imagine.
I hope so, because otherwise it's going to like pump up pitcher stats.
Yeah.
Fake, illegitimately.
Yeah, they gotta. I would think so. I don't know.
Who knows? I mean,
I don't know that world that well.
I'm surprised baseball is even changing the way they do things, because they were like notorious for ever fucking changing.
Well, I think they were dying and realizing they need to adapt.
Yeah, but they'd been dying for 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like,
is there maybe new? I don't know. What they have a commissioner or something?
Yeah. But dude, it made a big difference. The time changes. Like, the pitcher can't fuck around as much. The batter can't. Dude, they literally cut games from like on average 4 hours and 10 minutes to like 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Especially those Boston, New York games, which were so stupid.
Yeah. Because they would fuck with each other. Like
yeah. Right.
Although last night they did, there was almost a moment where the third base runner might have had to truck the catcher, and they like went to instant replay. It's like, was that catcher interference? I go, catcher interference? He's supposed to stand in front of the plate with the ball.
Yeah.
Like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Like, you can't like blast the like. Pete Rose was famous for that fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently now it's like football. You can't hit the quarterback, anywhere, below below his nipples or above it. Or, I'm like, wait a minute,
Wow.
that's called a sack. Like,
Yeah.
It removes the whole aspect of the game.
Right.
Which I feel like is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
I've said this before. I want to see, at least in football, I want to see 2 on-field deaths a year. That's how violent I want my professional football. I don't know how you feel, Eric.
I'm not a big sports guy. Like I can.
Well, I'm sure you didn't play looking at your feet.
Yeah. I played soccer. If you could guess. You know.
The soccer body. Yeah, which actually is probably better for you overall in terms of physical health.
Yeah.
Except apparently even the bumping on the head with the ball.
Yeah.
It gives you CTE.
Also,
how crazy is that? I heard a lot of soccer players.
Also, after watching last night's World Series game, people being like, soccer's boring. I'm like, at least it doesn't take 6.5 hours.
Yeah, there's a fucking timer.
Barely in. You know,
there's
like
a timer on it.
People have to play hard for the whole game. Because they always talk, it's low scoring. It's like, so is baseball most of the time.
It depends, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you know what you're watching with soccer, it is more exciting. I will say this, and I'm before I went to a live soccer match, my general policy was, if you like soccer, you support terrorism. It's anti-American. I'm against it. I mean, I took a hard line.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with. Everyone treated me like.
And then I went on vacation to Buenos Aires for 2 weeks, and I went to a Boca Juniors River Plate game, which is like their Yankees Red Sox, and it was fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. So they had to play at a neutral stadium because the previous game they'd played, this is their regular season, multiple shootings and stabbings happened, so they had to play at a neutral field. They put the fans of each team into like the end zones and locked them in. Locked them in. And the neutral fans were on the wide side.
Yeah.
There was a moat around the field with fire hoses in case anyone wanted to rush the field.
Yeah.
After the game, like the neutral sides got let out, and then they let out one fan side and kept the other one in there for an hour, and then the other. But the vibe, people were rocking.
Yeah.
Apparently it's BYO to fucking soccer games in South America because there were vendors selling food, but the liquor was just in fucking coolers. It was.
Yeah, they don't have a ton of rules out there.
It was ridiculous. People were in it. Like the experience of it's kind of like it's like American football in that way.
Yeah.
Going to an American football game, actually watching the game, not good in person. The best part, the tailgate in the parking lot.
Really.
I mean,
football's the one major sport that I have not been to a game still. I would like to go.
It's way better on TV. If you want to go to a major football game, go to a college football game and go to the tailgate.
Okay.
Because it's like it's kind of like NASCAR.
Fun
or a horse race. Mm-hmm. Like the horse race is 25 seconds. The NASCAR is 500 miles in a circle. The point is to be there for the day. Kind of thing. Basketball live, great.
Basketball's fun. Yeah, I've gone to
Hockey
basketball.
live is
Gone
the
to hockey.
best. Hockey
Hockey's
live
great.
is the fucking best.
Yeah.
Every seat in the house you can see, and there's action, and like it. And you have a sport and a boxing match because someone's going to punch someone else in the face. And unlike baseball, they kept their old school shit where you can just blast a guy. There's a guy on every bench whose only job, he can barely skate. His only job is to go out there and punch people in the face. Yeah. But they're into it kind of thing, It's weird. I hate tradition except when the tradition is to keep each other in line. If that makes any sense. Like, we all dress up in pajamas for Christmas. Yeah, you and every other family asshole. Like, who gives a shit, But if your family's tradition is to fucking slap someone when we get in line, like I'm into that.
I was like, I feel like your tradition's gonna go to the husband abusing someone.
Oh no. Smacking your wife.
No, not the wife, the kids.
Smacking a kid. Well, no.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta smack a kid.
First of all, smacking your wife. If you can't win verbal arguments with women, take that L in the chin.
Yeah.
You're not a man.
You verbally abuse her enough.
Not even verbally abuse her.
I know.
Men argue with reason, women argue with emotion. If you can't top her in the argument, you're fucking dead, dude. Like smacking a woman, then you're a coward.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm the kind of bully who bullies other bullies. I don't. Taking advantage of someone who's weaker than you is the definition of cowardice.
Yeah.
Standing up to someone.
I would never.
No, I have never.
I just mean most people aren't weaker than me.
Well, even mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you, I'm sure, even if you haven't been in a physical confrontation, I'm sure you've had arguments.
I've been in some. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have as men. Unlike women who never do.
I argue my way out of most of them, but every once in a while I'll get hit.
Of course, that's what comedians do. Like this. The fact that I started working out because even growing up poor in New York, even if I won the argument, verbally,
Yeah.
then I would definitely have to face getting smacked. Like that's the only reason. Like I have the neck that doesn't doesn't exist.
Like we punch each other in the face real quick, and then we start insulting each other.
I got so big that if I won the argument verbally, they couldn't smack me, kind of thing. But smacking a kid, personally, I learned the difference that when I was a kid, I started lying and telling my father that I did things my brother and sister did to give me their allowance. And he'd give me a smack instead of them. I was probably about 7. My mother found out, and she told my father, Randy, she said, Freddie, you can't hit him anymore. He goes, why? He's like, he's lying to you. He's lying and said he did it. He's taking their money. And he was like, so confused. Yeah. And he felt so betrayed, but then he felt proud. He didn't know what to do with it. He never hit me. He never hit me.
He's good at business or something?
Or my siblings again. Like he couldn't believe that's so honorable. But he's fucking extorting his siblings.
Yeah.
He's like, but they're willing to pay. And he's like, how'd you find this out? He's like, I found all this money in his drawer. Like, where'd you get it?
It's a good business plan, you know?
And he wouldn't tell me. So then I dragged my older sister in. He's like, oh, I gave him money because he said he broke the lamp and Dad gave him a smack, so I gave him the $5.
That is kind of mafia stuff too. Pay a fall guy to go take some years in prison and whatnot for him. And
oh yeah, well yeah, that's
taking the smack.
That's called good crime.
Yeah.
That's how you don't have no rats.
Yeah,
you know?
Money's there for your family and for you when you get out.
For that. Dude, I had a buddy who made $4 million. He was a buddy from middle school, and then became like a major drug dealer in New York. Well, major for my neighborhood, which is small potatoes.
Yeah,
but. I don't know how much he made, but I know how much he put away. He put it in his mother's name. She opened a bank account in the Dominican Republic. $4 million. He got busted. Trafficking, I don't know, probably 100 kilos, like middleman, which is ridiculous. But it's like fucking middle of the market in New York City.
Yeah.
He did his time. They gave him 8 years. He did 7.5. Didn't say a fucking word. Got out.
Yeah.
Moves to the Dominican Republic with his $4 million. No one killed him. Because he didn't talk, they protected him in jail, like whatever cartel he was with.
Yeah, that is kind
of
like...
wait a minute. I'm thinking, like, fuck, man, I got to do 7 years for $4.5 million.
Yeah.
I did 4 in college for nothing. I did 4 in college for negative $500,000. I can do 4 fucking...
Yeah. Like, sure, it's not quite as fun as college, but... It's still it is like
by the time when he got out and got to his money.
Yeah,
this is after he paid his lawyers to get that sweetheart deal because it was a major weight. That's $4 million in the United States is enough to retire on, even at this age. Because if you do the math, you get 2-3% a year.
Yeah,
3% a year on $4 million is what 30. It's $120,000 just in interest. So you don't have to touch a principal, which is a nice living.
Yeah.
In Dominican Republic, he's living like a fucking prince.
Oh yeah.
And he's paying 0 taxes on any of it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I went to college. This motherfucker was smarter than me. He was like 28 by the time he got out. He got popped when he was 20.
Yeah.
I'm fucking 33 starting comedy. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? It's like I should have dealt drugs.
I'd rather.
I'd have been a good drug dealer, I think.
I would much rather do that than join the military.
Oh, dude.
As far as it goes, as far as losing some years of your life, possibly getting killed.
People don't want to admit it, but I've openly said it, dude. The military is the biggest jobs program in the world.
Yeah.
It's if you don't know what to do in this country as a young man or woman, that's what they rely on. Yeah. And then they treat them like shit, which is
I think all the recruiters are the biggest groomers in this country.
I did a show for them 3 weeks ago
really?
At the Marine Corps Recruiting Center in San Diego.
I have nothing against people. Like, we've gone and done shows over on tons of U.S. bases. Nothing against anyone in the military, especially people who are there for what they think are the right reasons.
Those people are there for that. We have only a volunteer army.
Yeah.
This is what I've learned. Those people know. They'll openly talk to you about how they're getting fucked, and they'll laugh. It's part of the sacrifice.
Right.
Like
exactly.
It's like firemen. Like, of course we're running into burning buildings.
Yeah.
Of course the government's going to fuck us. That's not the point. We want to be, the hero. Like that. Like they just like football players with CTE. They know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Just stop gaslighting them and say, "Thank you for your service."
Right.
Fuck that. Give them health care.
Yeah.
Stop. They know they're getting fucked. Just give them what they're due.
The tiny bit you promised.
Yeah, they're not asking for $1 million a year. They're just asking if my leg gets blown off, can I get a free prosthetic? Yeah. They're not asking for the world. They're asking for being treated decently.
It's where the mob's better.
Yeah, and they used to do the GI Bill back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, there were.
Fucking grandfather got a house for like $1,500.
Yeah, but it still seems like, I mean, I don't really know the ins and outs of all this stuff, but it seems like it was kind of like I don't know if it was lottery or whatever, but it was like these people got helped and then these people didn't, and like
officers versus enlisted men.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's ranked. It's ranked.
Is it ranked? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Officers
I didn't think that.
And non-commissioned officers and enlisted men. If you're sergeant or below, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, wait a minute, those are people doing the work, and also those people taking orders from the lieutenant. If you're not taking care of the people who are helping, that guy's dead. Like you're not thinking strategically. This is my problem with America. Like we used to think 3D. Now we're thinking like fucking tic-tac-toe. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's fucking embarrassing. Dick Cheney stole more than Donald Trump could ever hope to from this country. And he did it quietly with dignity. This fucking mongoloid is overcharging the government 20% for hotel rooms and doing it in the open. I'm like, buddy,
yeah.
If you're going to steal the American way.
Dick Cheney was smart enough to be quiet about it and put other people in
He did
front.
it with honor. That's what I'm saying. He did it with honor.
I don't know about with honor, but
well, it was as much honor as you can do it.
Yeah.
Dude, torture. We've tortured people, but we spent $400 million finding out a way legally to not make it torture. And even though it was torture, we admitted it, but it's like, hey, they weren't physically harmed. We just mentally destroyed them. And I'm like, ultimately, what's worse? Ultimately, they're never going to get over that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like we paid psychological scientists to figure out the worst mental torture on the planet, and we implemented it.
What a
we
call
spent $500 million on torture. Yeah, I don't think the Vietnamese spent $500 million on torture.
We're going to give you your grant, but here's what we need you to to figure out.
Yeah, dude, no one's dropped a nuclear weapon on any country. We did it twice.
Yeah.
The second time, we didn't need to. We just want to see what would happen.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? No one dropped it since.
No one dropped it since. Another one.
No one dropped it since. It's this country's it's such a pendulum. It's like we do the worst thing possible and change it way after ever the country does. But then we swing back and give way more to make up for it. But then, of course, it swings back. We're on the swing back now.
We're on the swing somewhere.
Yeah, well,
it's swinging.
What frightens me is that the people are too goddamn stupid to do anything about it.
Yeah, that's by design and has been for a long time. And
but
that
they
won't
fell
change.
for it.
Yeah, but that stuff won't. Like that side, I don't think.
I mean, we got the New Deal done in the 1930s. You know, we busted. Teddy Roosevelt busted up the robber barons. Fucking Abraham Lincoln, the first Republican, abolished slavery, even though he didn't, in his heart, believe they were equal to other. But he's like, it's just not right.
Right.
Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration. All men are created equal, owning slaves, but knowing like this might change. Like the point of the Constitution was the amendment, and now we can't make one.
Yeah.
It's like we have all the tools and we do nothing. That's the part that sort of annoys me. It's like we can't get out of our own way.
Yeah, there's just not.
We're like a battered wife who can't leave the husband. It's like, no. You can just walk out the front door. When he goes to work, just leave.
Yeah. You could go. The door's wide open.
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
There are other people.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we have people argue about where should you go to the bathroom, and Mexicans are worse than blacks. Like, no, we're all not the people who are making the rules. Like, you understand this? Like,
but all of it's by design too. All of the even getting Americans to fight over abortion and the church saying that was a big deal. That happened by some people who were like architects of, how do we get these people to argue?
The televangelists,
So
the Catholic Church changed their position on that.
And it was brought in like the 70s or something. Like they brought it in. It was after the civil rights. So after civil rights became a thing, and they could no longer pit everyone against each other
they
for
just found
color.
a new problem.
They're like, what do we make it so we can make these same people angry about?
Yep. That's when I feel like that's when the trans thing came in. Immediately after gay marriage became a national federal right by the Supreme Court, everyone's like, hey, where are the trans going to the bathrooms?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We can't. First of all, we can't even celebrate the progress we had.
Yeah.
But second of all, trans people have existed forever.
Yeah.
We've never asked what bathroom they're in because the bathroom doors closed. So we're just giving up privacy now, worrying about where they're going to the bathroom. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, dude, fucking Nixon started the EPA. Trump wants to destroy it. Nixon was the most hard right Republican since him. I'm like, what? He wants to get rid of. He got rid of the U.S. aid instead of just changing its policy to benefit Republicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like keeping the institution and making it your own. Just destroy it.
No, it's just spite.
It'd be a lot easier to change education in this country if there was a Department of Education, Donald. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Instead of suing each university one by one,
right?
If you had the Department of Education,
if I can't
you could
have
just
a
change
college,
the whole
no
thing.
one gets college.
It's ridiculous, dude. That's what bothers me. Is it's so un-American not to be smart about your grift.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on. You know, I mean, fucking Bush Senior. That guy was CIA director, vice president, then president. He presided over the entire crack epidemic. Was his doing.
Yeah.
You know, this has been totally known now with the Iran-Contra thing, and it's like wait a minute. At least he was getting a piece. We're letting corporations do this, and we're not fucking taking a piece of their ass. Like,
letting all of the companies become like massive monopolies and all of that started.
Dude,
I think Henry probably started the downfall of a lot of it.
Yeah, well, the last time it happened was in the 1890s, and Teddy Roosevelt, the Republican, busted it up. So we all need a piece.
I remember even in the 90s when it was like starting to happen with like some of the phone companies and other things. I was a kid, and I still remember it being like.
Yeah,
a big thing, and they're like, "Hey, we can't let this happen," and then like all of a sudden,
even the corporations made more money. John D. Rockefeller, after they busted up Standard Oil, tripled his net worth because of that. Because they had more stocks for the public to invest in. It raised the price.
Yeah, but all of that becoming such a massive thing has ruined politics even more because those companies are so big and have so much more influence. Yeah. That's what I imagine.
Yeah, it is. But I feel like ultimately the problem is that the people don't realize how much power they have if they consolidate.
Yes,
that's how it works. You know,
like,
they have all the money for influence, but the population has the votes.
Right. Keep people.
So they spend money dividing the population, but if the population realizes they're getting robbed by the same person, they can move against them.
Yes,
that's why people from West Virginia and black guys in Southside Chicago are fighting. Like, you guys smoke weed, do drugs. You guys have both poor. You have way more in common than you think. But that Mexican's stealing my job. Like, no, that Mexican is working because he's getting exploited by the employer. if you guys both realize that, like, hey, wait a minute, we both have fucking rights.
Yeah,
No,
that one guy's fucking you. Yeah. Go, you guys could all join in together.
That's why unions were important.
Take over the company. Yeah, exactly.
That's why they busted up the mob. They don't want them to hey, wait a minute, we can get our end.
I know.
The mob. You know what their tax was? Their overarching general tax, 2%.
Not too bad.
The government takes fucking 40.
Yeah, and they actually protect you.
But they also got shit done. Something like if you paid the tax, it got done.
Yeah.
Dude, Donald Trump has been bribed
Vegas
and still didn't do it.
New York
still didn't do it. Like,
better.
you know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's so un-American. Like, you took the grift, then do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you got to follow through on the grift.
Yeah. No.
We're doing half the grift.
No, that's where at a base level, that's what bugs me about Donald Trump. Not just fuck his politics. And I'm from Queens. He's from Queens. He's a fucking rug merchant, lying, bullshit con artist from Queens. He's a jerk off from Queens. I know that. I grew up with that guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that fucking guy?
We all had to, unfortunately.
That fucking guy? Like, it's like embarrassing that, like, how did he get that far with this bullshit? Everyone in New York, we know Donald Trump. Yeah, he fucking didn't pay. Jerk off.
Mm-hmm. It is crazy. I'm like, all I remember about him from the 90s
not even
was
good.
him.
That's what, if he was good, like Bill Clinton was a lying good.
Yeah.
Obama, slick as shit. Bush Jr., I mean, he admitted he was stupid and then hired the best team around him.
Yeah.
You know, like he was so stupid and admitted it, but he was effective. Like, I don't agree.
Yeah.
God damn, you got Colin Powell. You know,
I know. The fact that we all look back on Bush and go, what a sweet guy.
Yeah.
That's a bad place to be in.
Yeah.
He just wanted to paint.
Dude, how quaint is it that the biggest scandal during Clinton's era was he got a blowjob in the White House? You know who's not getting a blowjob in the White House? Donnie Trump. I bet him and Melania haven't had sex since 1989.
Yeah, I don't think she's.
Who do you
even
think's
there.
fucking him?
JD probably.
Yeah,
I think they fuck.
Yeah, dude, he's got the goth makeup.
Neither of them are fucking their wives.
He's got the goth. He's just crying, sucking his dick. Yeah.
He's got a big round face. And
Here's a question.
Nice target.
Yeah, here's a question that I've asked other people that Mike hates. Who do you think is the last person that came on Hillary Clinton's tits?
This is a weird question.
Well, but it's relevant.
I don't know how it's relevant, but
well, listen. I mean, Donald Trump won't stop talking about her.
Really?
Oh, dude, he
Still?
talk about Comey. That was 2016. That was 10 years ago.
So you're thinking he was?
No, I know it wasn't
oh,
Bill. I know
oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
Bill. Who do you think came on her tits? Or do you think she's a lesbian? I think she might be a lesbian.
I don't think it. Truly irrelevant to like anything in life. I think she might be asexual.
Dude,
Seems
you
a
know
bit
what?
more like.
You know what? That was my. That's where I started leaning towards. I was like, wait a minute. I think what gets her off is power.
Yeah.
You know, like I think she's like, what's his name in House of Cards? Like, you know, man, woman, and what gets my junk on is just fucking taking from other people, kind of
dominance of some sort.
Yeah, and I feel like she would have won the election if she just said that. Yeah, I married Bill for power.
Yeah.
People would have respected that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was a lot of things that went against, like.
No, but they went against her because she tried to play normal.
Maybe.
No, I think in this day and age where being a piece of shit, dude. You and I have a better chance of getting elected now because we're open about who we are than any other time in history. Because people want authenticity. Zoran Mamdani is like, yeah, I'm a communist, but he's gonna fucking win and marry because at least he's honest.
Yeah.
I said the American population is like a battered wife. They just don't want to be lied to anymore. This is the only criteria.
Yeah.
You know.
But they also do want to be lied to because that's what they elected and what has happened.
Oh no, they don't want you to lie about yourself. They want you. You can lie about your policy. To lie about yourself.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do this.
But they're lying about themselves too.
Donald Trump can't do any of that. But both those guys, Zoran's like, yeah, I'm a communist, and Donald Trump's, yeah, I'm an asshole. Like, they lie about what they can give you, but they don't lie about who they are. That's the combination.
Maybe.
It's like running for senior class president.
Yeah.
It's pizza every day and it's complete fluff. Like I said, it's like WWE.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
I think they are also lying about exactly who they are. I think that is part.
I don't think Donald Trump is, and I don't think Zoran is.
Yeah, I think Trump is, but
no, really?
Yeah, I don't think
all of his crimes he talks about publicly.
Sure, on some of that stuff,
which by the way gets him out of obstruction charges. Smart,
but he's constantly saying, "I did this and I did that and this." Like,
no, he lies constantly, but isn't lie about what his
I guess maybe about not his core. No, because he says he's not a piece of shit, and he is.
No, but that's part of the lie. But that's part of the lie.
Okay, so that's part of the overall line.
No, everyone's like his lies are so frequent that he's just a known liar.
Yes.
So it gives him carte blanche. It's like me in this podcast. There's nothing I can say publicly that will be worse than I said in this podcast. How are you going to cancel me?
Right.
It's like
I see what you're saying.
Flooding.
Yes.
It's like this is all part of the bullshit.
Yes.
It's like Andrew Dice Clay. He's just full of shit all day.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
All the people who still believe in him are like, I know he doesn't mean any of the stuff I don't want him to mean because that would make me a bad person.
Yeah. He's like the worst.
They just pick and
he's like the most unimpressive cult leader of all time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually mystified by it, but how do I do that? I want to build that kind of fucking following. I want to build a following so dumb that believing the lie is the point.
That they'll follow you to the Kool-Aid.
No, not even believing the lie. That they'll carry water and try and explain your lie.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're like, no, the leader already said he's lying. It's like, no, no,
you know what fucks
me
up is he doesn't even know that he's doing it. Like I want to learn how to do it.
And he might not. I mean,
no,
you said it earlier.
He's just a compulsive liar.
Yeah, you do lie enough. I've seen it with other people.
I have personal friends. I have personal friends
where I've seen them tell a story enough times that they truly believe it. And I was like, I was there for a story. That's just not at all how it happened.
Yeah, I have personal friends that we've talked about it in front of that. Obviously on a mushroom trip, we break their balls about it, and it's become like the laugh track. Like and after the mushroom trip, we all talk about it, and he just keeps lying. And like, no, Tyler, you give us the bigger lie. Like, it's like part of like the running gig now. It's like we've accepted it, you know, and like, oh, this is one. He's full of shit on this one, and we all sort of celebrate. It's kind of like Donald Trump. Like, yes, Mexico's build the wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. Like, you know, we sort of rah because we know it's horseshit.
Yeah,
but we're so enamored by the fun of. Like the community centered around making fun of his lies and become its own thing to give him carte blanche. You know, but then outside people are like, oh, he said this. I'm like, you believe that? You fucking dope.
Do you not know him?
Yeah, it's like, we fucking dope. He's a liar. That's how you know you're not friends.
Yes.
You said you're a friend?
Yeah.
You're not. You're not, because we know he's lying.
Yeah, you're the liar now. Such guys.
Exactly. All right, we'll finish up with a couple. Sorry, Mike. Keeping you here. Too much fun talking with this guy. He's a smart cat, despite the Jew afro. Are you actually Jewish?
I am, yeah.
Why did you spell Freid?
I learned this actually not that long ago from someone. The difference in spelling was where your family came through, which port they came through.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Ellis Island.
You're definitely Ashkenazi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was Ellis Island was the IE, and then up in Boston.
Is that where you guys came through?
That's where my dad and
Boston
his family.
Harbor?
Yeah,
that's even older than
that's
Ellis
where they
Island.
lived because his parents.
That's crazy.
His parents were the ones who came through there, and then that's where
Your dad's
he grew
parents.
up.
Did they escape the war?
You know what? I don't know the.
Well, how old's your dad?
My dad's old enough that no, they would have been here before that. He was born in 43.
That's what I thought because that port closed.
But
way before the New York.
Exactly when they came in, I don't know.
So they read it early. Probably WW1. Like, oh shit, there's a move on this.
Yeah, it is like Polish, Russian.
This might be controversial,
side, but
and we might skip the news here. This might be a controversial take, but I feel like the fact that the Jewish people across the world have been so persecuted over time has made those surviving Jews the most capable people of the lot. In the sense that, like
I mean, would that'd just be with people in general?
With any population of animals, humans, anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, like, dude, I mean, they killed what? 2/3 of the Jewish population in World War II? And if you survived and got out?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything. I got pretty lucky. But
dude, I got lucky fucking too, man. I was born in this country. My dad took a boat from the Dominican Republic in 1971.
Yeah.
One of the last people to land on Ellis Island. But my grandparents, my mom said, Irish humps. Just built like tree stumps. You know, still poor white people in Brooklyn. The last of them.
Yeah.
But they have rent control. But like,
oh yeah, I know. That's the rent control that gets passed down generation to generation.
Oh, dude, 4 generations. They're paying $48 a month.
It's so cool.
They will not.
I love
they will not let go.
I know. It's the way people hold on to rent control out there is like
but
more than people hold on to homes.
But I remember my great aunt like hosing down the street, cleaning it, sweeping it. Like they took pride. You're like, we got here. Like, they were. To this day, I still believe the American dream exists more outside of the country with people who want to come here than people who are born here.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was. I don't speak fluent Spanish, even though my dad is illiterate in both languages. I can barely speak.
Did you say he's illiterate in both languages?
Well, yeah, he was illiterate in both. I mean, so he came from poor farmers in Dominican Republic, and he left school when he was 11.
I'm illiterate in all languages.
Yeah. I was like, I'm illiterate in multiple languages.
Well, he can't read and write, but he can speak them both.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, it's like, why don't you teach us Spanish? Doesn't matter. Learn English. We're in America. Like he was, he's so about the promise of the country.
Yeah. I know our generation specifically is like so many of the parents not teaching their kids the other language for various reasons. Either we're going to argue in it and we don't want you to know it, or you don't need it at all. You're here now and we don't want you to speak differently. And it's like, and then everyone grows up and they're like, why didn't you teach me a second language?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so helpful.
Is the disbelief in the possibility that really twists my titties. You know what I'm saying? Like, when some of these people at the protests are like, I don't want to wave the American flag, it's racist. Like, no, take it back.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. like his followers were this is what America's about. Like, not saying America's not just change the definition. Don't discard the thing. Like, and that actually is the point. The amendment part. That's the brilliance of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys. Can you believe that? What they wrote 250 years ago has kept Donald Trump to this day from being a true king.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys who were all in their early 20s. Alexander Hamilton was 23.
Yeah.
You know what I was doing when I was 23? Smoking weed, drinking, and trying to find some puss. Dude, Alexander Hamilton's like, let me start a country. Let me write their founding document.
It's also so weird, though, that we're like, those young guys who we talk about so much as being so important we have respect for them, but then young people now, the older generation is like, young people can't do anything. It's like, no, you're relying on old people who have bad ideas.
No, exactly. That's part of the problem. The original belief, I feel like, was the idea of progress, not progressive, capital P, small p progress. You move towards the better idea.
Younger people will always care more about it. They have more time to, and they haven't been beaten down by life.
But they're not. But they're not. Up until recently, which is kind of heartening. In both parties, there's younger people trying to push out the older. They realize that, like, if you just put the effort forth, it can't happen. Mm-hmm. And that's what really bothered me. It's like, we got to take this. You don't have to take shit. Like, what do we do? Fucking do something. I mean, I'm gonna just talk shit in the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like I said, I'll do something when they cross Ventura Boulevard and come in my backyard.
Yeah.
But although I did say a couple weeks ago, I had Fonto, Fonto, that crazy fuck. He's like, they're arresting all these illegals at Home Depot. I'm like, I've been sitting in Home Depot parking lots for a little extra long. I hope they pick me up. He goes, why? Like, dude, that's a citizen. You naturalized U.S. citizen. I could sue the federal government.
Yeah.
He goes, oh shit, really? I'm like, yeah. He goes, maybe I should sit around.
Yeah. You know how many people are about to sue all these?
Many. Dude, 70 people have active lawsuits against the federal government for illegal detention.
I've seen so many lawyers already being like, hey, just let us know. We're going to take these cases. It's going to be really good. We're going to make a ton of money. So there's an entire law firms probably sprouting up right now.
Oh my God.
Out of this.
Oh my God. Yeah. Dude, that's what really makes me sad is that no one's doing it the American way anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we used to be the last of the party with an idea, which we still are, but we'd be like the first to change it and like fucking hard change it.
Yeah.
Now everyone thinks it's like, it's impossible. What is it? Impossible.
Yeah.
What? Dude, we went to the fucking moon after the guy got his head blown off. Like, in honor of him. Like in 63, like, we're going to go to the moon. Mm-hmm. And it's Decade. Yeah. The worst Boston accent of all time.
Got enough people who don't believe that anymore.
That's also part of the problem.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, listen, I like a good conspiracy.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But it has to make monetary sense.
Yeah. They're fun. Not everything has to be.
The Russian government was fighting us tooth and nail for global superiority. If we did not go to the moon, do you think the USSR wouldn't have proved that we didn't?
Right.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
The Earth is flat. Who makes money? Nobody. Why would we tell that lie?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I don't.
This country is capitalist before it's democratic.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I know.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. You watch all the documentary. The Flat Earth documentary was great, where they did actually prove the Earth is round.
Oh no, I watched. Yeah, I watched.
And at the end of it, and they're like,
yeah, when they showed him like the.
I mean, it's just something's off.
Like the two sticks with the light. Is there anything you believe that's completely without reason?
Probably, but
I mean, as a Jew, you don't believe you're chosen?
No.
That's why I love Jews. Most of them aren't actually practicing.
Yeah.
They're culturally Jewish. They're not like practicing Jewish.
I don't think I'm crazy hard stance on too much that's like outside of just being empathetic towards people. Like I think we should just be trying not to make it more shitty for each other.
Yeah.
That's like what I was raised on, and that is how I try and be on all that side. So like the conspiracy thought, I like looking into all the stuff, and I enjoy the theatrics of it, and the sci-fi, and the
trying to figure it out. The puzzle.
Yeah,
it's like a true crime documentary. You're trying to.
I also I grew up as a punk hardcore kid. I grew up not trusting authority and questioning everything.
Well, you seem like a hippie kid.
No,
oh really?
No, I'm never a hippie kid.
I was a hip hop kid.
I didn't do drugs when I was younger.
Neither did I. I couldn't afford it.
But yeah, probably part of it too. But no, I always everyone's 30 years late from where I was at with oh, you're just realizing all of these people are screwing us over and all this. Those aren't conspiracies. Those are real things we watched happen and people were talking about long before I was even born. And then I just listened to those people and then listened to other people.
It's like 9/11.
And then went like, oh yeah, none of these things make sense. 9/11 was the first thing that started to like.
Conspiracy. I'm like, first of all, do you think the government's that
stuff.
capable?
Yeah.
Like, I would hope. I wish the U.S. government was that capable of pulling.
That's my thing too.
I
think people give too much credit to other people, which is so weird. You're like, how capable are you? Could you pull any of that stuff off? No, not at all. But you think they're...
No, but the same
that's
government,
why I have to be
the same government that they think is incapable, they apply capability to that. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. As I said, at best,
Choose one.
Bush knew it was coming and did nothing.
Right.
Like Pearl Harbor. And that was 50 years earlier. And even that wasn't... They knew it was coming and just didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best you could do.
It's, allowing it to happen so that you can do something else.
Exactly. The only two conspiracy... Well, one conspiracy and one thing I've learned, or I've like, sort of changed my position... JFK getting killed was absolutely not just the one guy.
Yeah.
That's
what started all of the conspiracy theories in general. And
that one I feel like has legitimacy.
Exactly, but that's why it was able to...
it brought legitimacy to every other bullshit.
It was a solid foundation.
Yeah.
And so it's like once you give a solid foundation to it, then it opens up everything else.
Yeah. The other one is I didn't, I grew up Catholic, and with all the guilt and all the Sunday school bullshit. Mm-hmm. And then I turned 11. I was like, "This is horseshit." and then I turned 13 when I made my confirmation, and that's when the rape scandal broke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not only do I not believe this horseshit, I was like violently atheist. I was like, "How dare you pay a tithe to the church for this or that?"
I just walked the family.
And then 38 mushrooms, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I don't know if God exists, but there's definitely something else." Whatever you people, I ate enough mushrooms. Like, I don't know what you guys call God, but there's a conscious out, there's there,
right?
Like, we're just here for a minute. Like, that's reality.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you guys call God is really actually embarrassing to whatever I thought I saw was.
It's lazy.
Yeah. Like, to the construct you have is a real disrespect.
Yeah.
If that guy or gal with the white guy with the beard, or Jesus who's white, he's actually Syrian, he's actually Syrian with brown skin and curly hair, whatever. It's a travesty to what the real thing is up to.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. That's why I was like, all right. I gave it some purchase. Like,
and then
I don't believe in the God that I was told as a kid, but there's something else that we're a part of that there's no way to put words on it.
Those are people trying to throw people in prison for life for doing drugs that make them actually believe in a higher power. How insane is that? Like, now I believe in the thing that you have been yelling at me to believe in. It would be insane if
they didn't, because they wouldn't be consolidated in their power.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because I feel like if you just gave people the power, they treat you like, Marcus Aurelius, sort of the kind dictator. They'd love you more if you gave them purchase, but people don't want to do that. People are scared. But you'd be a good guy, Eric. You'd be a fair dictator. Where can the people find you?
At Eric J. Freedman on everything. That's Freedman with 2 E's, no I.
Yeah. So the Freedman, the waspy Freedman.
Yeah.
But he is very Jewish. You'll see his hair. This is coming out next Wednesday. Where you're on the road?
We've got Indianapolis coming up. Helium. And
which Helium? Oh, in Indianapolis.
Indy Helium. Nice. Dania Beach Improv.
Oh, one of my favorite clubs.
And Spokane Comedy Club. That'll finish out the year on tour with Craig Conant for me. And then next year I'll be doing some dates with him, but I'll be headlining some shows. So
fuck yeah.
Look for those coming up.
Follow Eric Freedman. He's one of the first guys I met out here who was kind to me. I met him through Willie.
Yeah, Willie's the best.
And you have to come back on. We didn't even get into the two babies thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. My personal favorite, I don't know if
it was
podcast or what.
That is a weird thing to say out of nowhere at the end of the...
That's why they got to come back and watch you again.
Yeah,
we'll have back in a couple months. I'm getting Willie back on.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for this. I've been trying to get it for a while.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Please go follow him anywhere he's going to go. Follow him on his Instagram. Definitely go see his shows. Follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Radio Set Blow. We love you guys. Check you next week. Peace. I love that. Was good.